Hi everyone, welcome back to the Scriptcase macros course. Today we're looking at the second of two macros for logging. The sclog split is today's macro. So my name is Nate Carpenter and I'm the Scriptcase instructor leading this course. So let's go ahead and look at what this does. So this allows us to break a log entry up into an array so we can see everything and access all the data associated with that logging event. So here's the documentation for it. So we pass in the description field from the log database, and then we can split that up into an array. So it's going to return that, and we'll look at how to get that field in just a second. So as you can see, we're splitting the log up here, and then it returns this array like so. So let's go ahead and go over the script case and get a little bit more familiar with logging so that we can understand a little bit more of how this works. So we're going to do this in a grid application. So I've got two applications to form. This is going to be the application we're logging events on, and then a grid that we're going to use a little bit later. So let's go to modules and then create edit log module. So there's our log scheme demo. So you can set the table that's associated with it, the database, the login, and the different events that are logged. And then after this, then we can determine what applications we want connected with it. So if we go back to log, applications related to the log, here's all of the applications in our project. So we can apply the schema, so that's our demo schema here, to the application. And as you can see, there's my form actor down there. And then you can choose whether to save only the key or all the fields associated with it. So we're going to do all the fields since that gives us some good functionality for this. And then you can choose the events that are logged there. So there's our form actor. So I've got our demo schema attached, all the fields, and then all these events for it, access, update, delete, and edit there. Or copy, I mean, like so. So there's all those, and we're going to mainly focus on the update event for this one. So mainly the update. So then let me go ahead and run this so you can see a little bit of how it works. Just a basic form here with some fields. And we're going to go ahead and edit this data here. So we edit this, and this should save it to our log. So I'm going to edit these two fields, first name and last name. Hit save on this. And so now both of those values, the old values and the new values, should be saved in our log. So let's go over here to our grid. That's just looking at our log table. So this is just a basic grid here, but I've got two changes. First is the search modules first, and I've got these other two fields here that we're going to edit later. But for now, we're just going to look at description. We go ahead and run this. So search is initial. I'm going to choose our form actor application, and update is the event we're searching for. So click search, and there is our log entry that we just created when we updated that record there. And as you can see, you have the first name old, that's our old value, and then first name new, that's our new value that we changed it to. And then same for last name there as well, the old and the new values as well. So now we're going to split those up into the old values field and the new values field to make it a little bit easier to do. So to do that, we need to go over to our events and copy in some logic. So let's go to events, and we're going to do this on the on record event right here. And let me copy in some code here first so that we can get started with this. So I copy all of this in, and then let me explain it. So there, first is our macro there, sclog split, and that's pulling in the description field. That is our field right here that we get from the database here. And then we're checking if the action is update, since this is the only action that this logic is going to work on. So action is update, and then we have old values, and we have a delim here for formatting here. And then we're going to loop through all the fields old for that array there. That's how it's getting returned as fields old, a two-dimensional array there. And then we're saving that in the field and then the value. So old values then, we're going to concatenate to get that together with the delim, and then field with a delim, and then the value for that field. And then we're updating the delim to equal new line. So there's a new line for each new field that has been updated. And then we assign that value to our old vowels field. Doing the same thing for new, except now it's new. So new vowels and all that. And then we update it to the new vowels field right there. So that's how that works. And then once we run this, it should work. So pretty simple. Let me go ahead and run this. And it should go ahead and work and show our new values there in the new fields. So edit the search down here, search, and there we go. So now we have the old values, first name, last name, and new values, first name, last name. So that way we can easily see what was updated there by the user, and we could take the description off since we no longer need that for the output. So that's how you use sclog split to split a log entry up into human readable components.